Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween to Bergamo.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the horror-thon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Boys and ghouls, to own every word, the game show, our Halloween show. This is the game show where the word heard submits answers to fill in the blank statements, and a panel of humans debate which is the best answer. The word heard or submitted the winning word wins an incredible official, unofficial, official NFT prize. I'm your host, Phil Ranta. I'm here with a terrific group of panelists. We'll meet them shortly, but first, let's throw caution to the wind and read some tricks and some treats and fill in the blank. Oh, wait, first, of course, we have to do our wizard pick. I almost forgot the wizard pick. Sam Proof, let's check out last week's wizard pick of a word that won the last week's show. Let's check it out. Shellfish. Shellfish. Hey, does my face look thin in this shellfish? Right? That was a word. We did that in a microphone and on video. All right, let's go to round one. Let's fill in some blanks. Oh, my car broke down. Oh, of course, this week, I should have set the table properly. This week, it's going to tell a whole story. All 5 rounds together tells a whole story. You already know because you submitted. My car broke down in front of a haunted house, so I blank on the door. Let's see what the word heard submitted this week. My car broke down in front of a haunted house, so I trembled on the door. So I grieved on the door. So I orated on the door. So I defecate on the door. So I shit-faced on the door. So I toot on the door. So I preside on the door. So I pumped on the door. So I based nasally on the door. Or so I leap unsteadily on the door. Oh, my God, so many weird answers to begin this crazy Halloween tale. Mr. Sam Kimbrell, what's coming to your mind first?
Obviously what's coming off, just first impressions here, obviously I'm thinking based nasally is a great thing to do in front of a haunted house. I don't even know what that means, but I'm thinking I might do it in front of a haunted house because I really don't know how I'd react. I think tooting in front of a haunted house is sort of a given. I think defecate would come with tooting, but I think I'm leaning towards, so I pumped on the door because I know the word heard loves to work out. So I'm guessing I'm going to break out my weights and start pumping in front of that haunted house to show those folks that I can pump.
There we go. Cowboy Sam Kimbrell over there. Or a dog with a fancy bandana, Sam Kimbrell. He's going with pumped. Ooh la la, it's Frenchman Jordan. What is popping out to you, sir?
Bonjour, salut. Je m'appelle Taco. I think this is, there's a lot to choose from here. Leap unsteadily, leaps out, because if you know, the thing is about this, if you know the house is haunted, you're asking for trouble to choose that, to go to that house when your car breaks down. So leap unsteadily, because you're unsure. Trembled because you're scared. But what about orated? What about knocking on the door and saying, excuse me, haunted house, 407 years ago. And, you give a fun little speech.
I love it.
Those stand out.
Thank you, Frenchman Jordan. Those stand out. Oh, my God, what do we have here? We've got Friday the 13th, Seth.
Hi, guys.
I thought that.
Now for the really scary part.
Oh, Jesus. We got Spooky Pets going Seth here. Seth, what's standing out to you?
Oh, man. Well, some of these are just really spot on. I mean, defecating on the door is very Halloween in itself. Shit-facing sounds like you defecated and fell in it. Tooting is like a more polite defecating. But with
so
2
true.
weeks,
So true.
Correct.
2 weeks until the midterms, I'm going orated because we've all been in that terrifying position.
That's true. We have.
Rating at your door this time of year. Just hide.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm amazed that we haven't pointed out the grieved, because if my car broke down, I'd be grieving about it. I'd be like, oh, my engine, my carburetor, no. But what we say doesn't matter. All that matters is this spooky sounds of the clickety-clack of the word heard on the keyboards. Mr. Spooky Sam Proof, what are they saying?
Sam Proof is a mime.
He's going as a mime for Halloween. Oh, Sam, should I jump in and say, are you? Technical difficulties is what the TD stands for at the end of Sam Proof. All right. If you can't jump on, I'm going to read one. Crypto Don says, I'm in zombie underwear. That's a fact. Crypto Don also says, that door needs some oration. Moonraven says, is Sam a city slicker? I think that he's a French mime, like half Jordan, half himself. Spin Turtle says, Mr. Meeseeks, that's me. Hey, we got to come to a consensus, Jerry. Sam's unmuted.
Oh, no, we have two.
Everything's broken. All right, there's just one of me. There. This is how this works. Good Lord. There's been some issues. I can't get to the comments that I actually picked. No, I can. Here we go. Let's do this right. Soda Reef says it cracks me up how many of these are related to defecating. That's just for any show. It's just every show and any show. Spinning Turtle says, this house is haunted. I must pump on it. Gross. Seriously. Doge says, terrible sounds. Trembled. Sounds hardcore. And that's what we're all about right now as I eat this mustache. That's better. Mogwai Shadow. Well, I guess if I didn't smear snot on your door, pooping on it would be, well, equally gross. What is wrong with your snot? That's all I want to know. Onion, welcome back, says, made it. You missed yourself. You were the Wizards pick. How do you log in for letters again? You've already done it. Yo-Yo Johnson, take a dump on it to show dominance. Again, what show are you referring to? All right, let's show dominance to our consensus if I can get back to everyone.
There's something about Sam Proof lifting off one mustache to reveal a mustache underneath. It's just pure gold. I love that. All right, we've had some time to write down our answers. Let's see if anyone was swayed by the word heard or each other. Sam Kimbrell, what did you write down?
I was swayed, Phil. I was swayed to orated because the group made a solid case for it, and I think that's the first time we've had someone on the show say, hey, election season's coming up. We should probably select orated because that seems like, responsible. And usually we're doing summer diarrhea shit on this show. So, orated. Yeah.
Yeah. I like orated. Oui, Frenchman, Jordan Pomaville. What did you write down on your papier?
Bonjour, salut. I went also with orated. And it's because, the thing to do, how you fight back against a haunted house is asking if they have some time to talk about a local city council candidate.
That's fair. That is, especially with election coming up, that is right on. Oh, Mr. Seth.
Yes.
What did
Frederick
you write down?
Krueger for school board. We've gone from quorum to consensus. I orated as well.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love the shouting guy.
We have a consensus right off the bat. Congratulations to Zombie Apocalypse. You've got a name that's very apropos for this time of year. And thank you for answering quickly. Now I can die. We appreciate you're going to be getting an official, unofficial, own every word NFT coming your way. Oh, man, that was a fun first round. Now let's see what these losers that have been chatting on this screen are all about. Let's meet our panel today. Congrats, Zombie Apocalypse. Oh, coming up first to the stage, we got Mr. Sam Kimbrell, one of the co-founders of Own Every Word. Sam, how are you doing this spooky Halloween?
Well, I feel like a fucking loser right now after you intro us like that, Phil. I mean,
a bunch of goobers. A bunch of goobers on the panel.
Jeez.
And Sam, are you
It's
dressed as a
positive
dog or a
Hollywood.
cowboy?
I'm a dog cowboy.
I like it. That works. Oh, who else is here? We've got a Frenchman, Jordan Pomaville. Jordan, did you take French in high school or something?
Oui.
And have you ever been to France?
Oui, bien sûr.
Whoa, he's went to Big Sur in France. That's cool.
Yeah, well, also, we had some international clients come into the Own Every Word headquarters today from Paris, and they're not interested.
That makes sense. Oh, and then finally, very special guest this week. As you know, our drop that's happening on October 31st, Crypto.com gave us the October 31st drop. That's so nice of them. Why? Because we're doing a collab with another CDC project, Spooky Pets, saving dogs, making animations, having like cool characters, 8-bit style, which we love. Here is one of the co-founders of Spooky Pets from Brovember Rain, Seth. Seth, tell everyone about Spooky Pets who might not know about Spooky Pets.
Hey, yeah, so Spooky Pets is next to Own Every Word, I would say the second best collection on CDC. We're a 10K PFP that is rooted in animation and 8-bit weirdness and cartoons, and every week we save animals. We have a philanthropic fund and we have an animation fund, and we smush them together and hopefully make awesome.
I love it. So everybody who mints a word in the next drop will get 1 spooky pet per word you mint. You mint 5 words, you get 5 spooky pets. You save some dogs. You join that community too. It's a good deal. You can just go get some words, get some spooky pets.
Get the spooky strobe light for that
one. Oh, no. We didn't put the warning beforehand. That's at the beginning of half the Netflix shows now. Some epileptic is really upset right now.
We actually discussed this during sound check. We're gonna add a little a Chiron.
Well, this is live. It's already too late. It's already too late.
Wait, we can't cut this? We can't cut that, Phil? We just
all
killed off half the
audience.
audience.
Talks about poop are making it on air. It's already on air. Oh, geez. We better get to round 2 before we get sued by any more hosers out there. Lots happened. There we go. Thank you, Sam. Right on time. We better get to round 2. Boom. When the old door creaked open after we orated at the door, there was an old woman without a blank. All right, let's see what the word herd had to say about this one. There was an old woman without a crop top. There was an old woman without a fork. There was an old woman without a cowgirl. There was an old woman without a healthy tickle. There was an old woman without a layman. There was an old woman without a hoard. There was an old woman without a wedding ring. There was an old woman without an ulterior dishwater. There was an old woman without a palm. Or there was an old woman without a bed cover. So many takes, some sexual, some less so. Frenchman Jordan, what's standing out to you?
The most sexual is obviously wedding ring, Phil. It lets you know right away she's single and ready to mingle, especially after you orated so nicely. Also, crop top is a big winner. No crop top, more fun. And palm, because how funny would it be if you just had fingers and a thumb attached to your little wrist stump?
That's a good point. I don't even know how that would look. It'd be fun, though. Fun to see. Let's try it. Let's human centipede that on someone's hand. Oh, geez. Friday the 13th. Seth, what's standing out to you?
Oh, man. A lot of these, it might not be that scary. Old woman without a wedding ring.
Not bad.
Old woman without a crop top, depending on what you're into. Can somebody in the chat real quick Google old woman cowgirl for me and tell me if you see anything scary? Make sure
no.
Safe search is off.
Not on a work
let me know.
computer.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm kind of liking cowgirl.
I like that. An old woman without a cowgirl. Sam Kimbrell, cowboy Sam Kimbrell. Are you going with the cowgirl?
No, I'm not, Phil. And I disagree with the group here that there's not something scary. An old woman without a fork is frightening. She's hungry and she's going to devour your brains, with her hands. Without a fork, an old woman is just a zombie. Right?
That's what they always say. I think there was an Aesop's fable about without a fork, an old woman is just a zombie. Lots of good opinions here, but our opinions don't matter. Let's check in with the woolly bearded Sam Proof. to see what the word herd had to say.
Oh, you think we can do that? Let's try that. All right. Come on. Go to the tab. Damn it. I got two computers. One of these is going to do it. Here we go. Moonraven says, who needs a layman when you just got orated? I don't. These words are too big for me.
Now.
I like it.
Keep it safe. All right. Savage Corn Dog, welcome to the world, says wedding ring. And look at this spooky pet. Look at this, great. Soda Reap says, yum, human centipedes. I don't think you've seen the movie, actually. Doge the Count says, lady without the wedding ring because husband didn't survive the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, sure. And then, of course, straight out of the book of We Want to Make Sam Read Stuff, Mogwai Shadow says, I think you should get that checked out. I definitely think old, saggy, moldy, cold witch titties. So crop top or wedding ring. Thanks for that one. Keep that in your mind as you try to come to a consensus. Back to you.
Oh, I think that was the most Mogwai comment that ever Mogwai'd in the chat. So thank you for that. Oh, well, now we've been, let's see who's been swayed by each other or in the word herd. Frenchman Jordan Pomaville. What do you have to say?
The word herd really, I feel like, backed me up here. And I think it's wedding ring.
There we go. He's sticking with wedding ring. I like it.
You know, it's either crop top or wedding ring. That's what Mogwai says.
All right. Well, he wrote down wedding ring. Let's see if Seth agrees or disagrees. Seth, what did you write down?
I thought the fork argument was very convincing because just the sheer rudeness is horrific. Zombie or no.
That's fair. It is very rude. You can tell that you're an artist by the way you drew that fork too. So true. And Sam Kimbrell, what did you write down?
Phil, I love this single. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every week I lose confidence in my initial pick, mainly because of saggy titties. So I was going with fork, and then someone said saggy titties, and I said I lose. I lost the wedding ring. But I'm happy that I swayed Seth from Spooky Pets.
There we go. We have a couple of wedding rings. We got one fork. That means we have 1 minute to find a consensus. Seth, it is on you. Do you want to try to convince them, or are you going to fold and show your little doggy tummy belly?
I'm going belly. I could roll with the wedding ring. I could see that also being terrifying for some reason.
The spooky pet master decided to roll over and show his little spooky pet belly and go with wedding ring. We've got a consensus. Congratulations, Song, you've got an official, unofficial, Own Every Word NFT coming your way this spooky Halloween season. Congrats to Song, which means I have to think of yet another way to mispronounce the name Song, which is getting harder with every time you win, I have to say. Not to peel back the thing too much. Oh, man, I think we have to go to round 3, huh? Feels like round 3 time. So we found out that we had to orate on a creaky old door, creaked open. Old woman without a wedding ring. And then I tried to run away, but a blank hand grabbed me. And let's see what the word herd had to say. I turned to run away, but an evocative hand grabbed me. But a noisome hand grabbed me. But a ruffian's restricted hand grabbed me. But a sweaty fortune teller hand grabbed me. But an oldish hand dragged me. But a festering hand grabbed me. But a nameless hand grabbed me. But a hiker's hand grabbed me. But a poaching hand grabbed me. But an ancestor's heavenly hand grabbed me. A lot of different takes on this. Some really great multi-word work here. Seth, what's popping to your mind first?
There's some winners here. Festering, disgusting. Nameless, also could be scary. Sweaty fortune teller, horrific. And hikers, if you grew up anytime between the 60s and the 90s, you know that hikers just are set up for horror.
That's true. That's how a lot of them start. That's true. Sam Kimbrell, what's standing out to you?
I like submissions that sound like they're coming from an old-timey person. And what sticks out to me, Phil, is ruffians restricted. I tried to run away, but a ruffian's restricted hand grabbed me. Also, evocative works.
Totally. I like that character. I want to see more of it. I'll check it out on TikTok and the TikToks. Frenchman, Jordan, Apple City.
You
What's getting out to
oldish. She's old. We've established she's old. She would have an oldish hand if she is the one grabbing. It also could be, I really do like ancestors heavenly. This assumes you're in danger and you have a ghost ancestor that kind of follows you around and it's just kind of picking you up and taking you to safety.
There's something very comforting about an ancestor's heavenly hand guiding you, you know?
Yeah, they grab you by the collar and they just sort of get out of here. You're in danger.
Now that feels Catholic. Greg, get over here. God. Oh, but what we say really doesn't matter. What really matters is what the word herd has to say. Mr. Sam Proof with the beard. What do they have to say?
All right, I got this one. No, I don't. Come on, you son of a savage. Corn Dog's back with hikers. Just looking cute in that spooky pet. Yeah, hiker's hand. You can get that. That's a thing. You go down to Griffith Park. It's terrible. Mogwai Shadow says naming your hand just sounds real dirty. So I encourage everyone to do that at this point. Have your names ready. We're going to ask on Discord. Spender Turtle says they're all winners till they're not. Good point. That is a good point.
Yeah.
I agree with you agreeing with yourself. Enjoy that. Moonraven says disappointed disappointed Moist didn't make an appearance here. I'm also now disappointed Moose didn't make an appearance because my Moose hand is fantastic. Doge account says nameless since the DNA rotted and it was a zombie. Is that how that works with DNA? Does it just rot? I have to go back to school maybe. But let's see if we can't school this panel with a consensus. Huh?
I like that. All right. We had some time to consider. We had some time to write down. We learned a lot about DNA. And trust me, DNA breaks down. I believe. I've watched a lot of unsolved mysteries this year. All right. Well, we're going to have to go straight to Seth. Friday the 13th. Seth, see what he wrote down. What did they say Friday the 13th, Seth?
It would be irresponsible with this costume to not pick hikers.
That's a good point. There's nothing Michael Myers hates more than teens doing things that teens shouldn't be doing, like hiking. Sam Kimbrell, what'd you write down?
I realized you still could do an old-timey voice. Oh, I love this. Nice little single there. With ancestors heavenly hand. Ooh, yes.
All right. We've got a hikers. We've got an ancestors heavenly hand. Jordan, Apple City. What are you thinking?
Oh, Lavash. We got a three-way here because I went with Sweaty Fortune Teller because I was thinking, it's a creepy, clammy, sweaty fortune teller hand. I don't know. Seemed right.
There we go. We got a three-way tie for first. But Seth, you being our illustrious guest, I think that you have to go first. Defend yourself, defend your decision, or change it last second. I don't care. You got a minute.
Nothing good happens in the woods after midnight, unless you're under 18. The only one I think could be a really good competitor, though, is Sweaty Fortune Teller, because there is the potential of a gypsy's curse. And if you've ever had one of those, they don't go away with Lotrimin.
That's fair. That is true. Sam, that means that we've got two that are possibly with Sweaty Fortune Teller hands. Is that something that you're down with, or do you want to fight?
I'm loving this single. I think what we could do is try it with the old-timey voice, Phil. A sweaty fortune teller hand palm. Yes. So yeah, I'll go with the group. Yeah, whatever.
Oh man, I think we've got a consensus there. Then we've got Sweaty Fortune Teller. Jordan was able to convince everybody without even having to say anything.
I was going to say I switched to hikers.
Were you going to change yours?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations to Lord of the Things. Lord of the Things. You get an official, unofficial, own every word NFT for picking a Sweaty Fortune Teller hand grabbing. And this story is getting really complex. Really, really complex. All right. So we got old woman answers the door, and then she doesn't have a wedding ring, which is great. And then she does, but let's go on to round 4.
Wait, was she the fortune teller all along?
Maybe we'll see.
Is
There's
this the
still
arc?
There's still 2 more parts of the story. You orated at the door. She didn't have a wedding ring. Suddenly, a fortune teller's hand that's all sweaty grabs you, and then I was dragged into the basement where an old scientist sewed my blank to my blank.
Yeah.
Oh no! Let's see what the word herd had to say about this one. I was dragged to the basement where an old scientist sewed my planks to my hardware. Sewed my chestnuts to my alcoves, sewed my guts to my hosier, sewed my bubble gum to my pimple, sewed my butter to my fork, sewed my lawnmower to my dresses, sewed my ligatured parts to my machines, sewed my pot roast to my hamstrings, sewed my palm to my iris, or sewed my ding dong to my rectum. Of course,
All right.
had to go there. Had to go there. We knew that was coming eventually. It just had to come in number 10. Sam Kimbrell, what's standing out to you here?
Well, what's standing out to me, Phil, really is guts and hosier. I was dragged into the basement where an old scientist sewed my guts to my hosier. Your hosier? So now we established this character, because we keep establishing the old lady character in her house. Now we know where this character is from. But I get the feeling that we're going to be really swayed by Ding Dong and Rectum. So I tried, Phil. I really did try.
Well, a Canadian drove 10 kilometers out of the way to an old house and ended up pulled into the basement where a hoser, my guts and my hoser. Seth, what's standing out to you?
So, palm and iris sounds horribly painful. Ding Dong and Rectum also just too spot on, almost too perfect. For this crowd. But if you've ever sat down wrong and had your chestnuts touch your alcove, horrifying.
Trust me, as someone who recently got a vasectomy, I feel you, man. You got to look out for your chestnuts and your alcoves every once in a while. French Mon, Jordan Pomaville. What's standing out to you?
I mean, palm and iris was one of the first things, because it's just like you're walking around like this. And then, of course, ligatured parts to my machines. I feel like this is some sort of cyborg. You're being cut up. Your parts are being ligatured, attached to a machine. And, of course, Ding Dong and Rectum. I mean, what are we just going to dick around all day? Are we going to do Ding Dong and Rectum?
What are we going to play this? We're going to play this fake game, or are we going to be real?
Yeah, we're going to.
Come on.
I thought you had a good take with the mad scientist and the Frankenstein's monster thing going with the ligatured parts of the machines. But I guess we'll play this game. I think we have to hear from the word herd and see what game they're playing. Oh, there he is.
All right. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but the word herd couldn't be more in their own. That's Ding Dong to Rectum. My bad. Scott Reeves says, well, this is Ding Dong to Rectum, and if you don't agree, you're wrong, but more mature than me. That's fair. Yes, this has to be Ding Dong to your butthole. Go Ding Dong. Which, by the way, I looked this up. This is a reverse human centipede, or what they call a roly-poly. Callie Mullally says the last two seem like the best and the worst at the same time. Fair. Yo-Yo Johnson, Ding Dong, Ding Dong, Ding Dong, Ding Dong. Thank you for that. Sam Corn Dog is back with Ding Dong Rectum. Damn near killed him. And Moon Raven says, imagine sneezing with your ding dong attached to your rectum. Imagine if we actually didn't go down this rabbit hole and could come to a consensus that wasn't for 4-year-olds. But all right, let's go back to everyone and see if there's a surprise waiting to happen. I don't think so. Okay.
Well, it looks like there was a lot of fans of the coy wordplay of planks and hardware from the word herd. But let's see what our team had to say. Sam Kimbrell, were you swayed by the mixed answers of the word herd?
You know, Phil, I'm so glad that our word herd matured up from summer diarrhea and moved on to Ding Dong Rectum. So Ding Dong Rectum clearly is the winner.
You know, Moon Raven says give the people what they want, and it sounds like Sam did. Seth, are you going to be the adult in the room or going with everybody?
The alcove was pretty much the rectum, so I'm going to say know your audience, read the room, play the hits. Ding dong rectum. We didn't even this route. We could have skipped this one.
There we go. Ding dong rectum. Jordan, are you going to be the last holdout, or are you somebody who just knows what way the wind's blowing?
I'm not going to hold out. I'm going to go with what the group has to. Oh, sorry. That's.
Wait.
Rectum. Sorry, I didn't make notes for myself on the other side of the paper.
No, that's fair. You were after this. I think we all feel like we have to go study for the LSATs as we in costume talk about sewing ding dongs to rectums. We've got ourselves a consensus. Surprisingly, come from behind win for ding dong and rectum. Congratulations, Grimgarth, for coming up with an answer. As Seth earlier said, is almost a little too perfect. Oh my God, have we made it to round 5, the final round already? I think we have, which, as you all know, is the round where you can only submit golds and special words. So there's less people who can submit less words, so you got a greater chance of winning. Let's see how we finish this story that started with us orating at the door, went to an old woman without a wedding ring. You got pulled in the basement by a sweaty fortune teller hand. He sewed your ding dong to your rectum, and now what happens? Now that my ding dong is sewed to my rectum, I haunt children's nightmares every time I blank.
No.
Let's see what the word herd had to say to end this harrowing tale.
The sad groan.
Now I haunt children's nightmares every time I grab lunch. I haunt children's nightmares every time I riot road trip. I haunt children's nightmares every time I bulk. I haunt children's nightmares every time I selfie. I haunt children's nightmares every time I boogie. I haunt children's nightmares every time I dish toffee. I haunt children's nightmares every time I holla. I haunt children's nightmares every time I mow the lawn. I haunt children's nightmares every time I burn out. And, of course, after my ding-dong sewed to my rectum, I haunt children's nightmares every time I double dip. Oh, geez. Frenchman Jordan Pomaville, what's standing out to you?
Grab lunch, first of all, because that's middle of the day, and that's the perfect time to scare kids, you know? Also, you do it every day, so it's going to be something common. I assume Sam is going to be wowed by bulk because of the Word Herd's penchant for working out. Also, I gotta look at mow the lawn, because that's a creep. You can be the creepy neighbor when you mow the lawn, just not kind of keep a lot of eye contact on people. And lastly, burnout, because what guy doesn't haunt their neighborhood with their sweet 79 TA just blasting it out of the driveway?
You'd really have to, if you had your ding dong sewed to your rectum, then you need to overcompensate. So you could do it by owning a 73 Camaro. Sam Kimbrell, what's standing out to you?
Phil, you know goddamn well what's sticking out. It's bulk. I'm looking to bulk, okay? But I'll tell you this. Here's another one that sticks out to me, and I've said this before with the Word Herd. Dish toffee. Toffee is disgusting and gross and terrible. And if it was an old fortune teller lady with weird hands maybe that are sweaty or missing palms, or apparently she sewed your dick to your asshole, I think it makes sense. Oh, the scientist did that, right? But she's like the scientist's mother, right? Yeah, it's all in the same house. Clearly, it's dish toffee. It's dish toffee. I'm gonna yell it.
It's true. That would haunt my nightmares. Seth, something standing out to you. What would it be?
Imagine the dinner table conversations between a fortune teller and a scientist. I mean, bulk is good because if you are a gym monster, you would like to think that you haunt nightmares. I like mow the lawn just because that's exactly the plot of a Treehouse of Horror episode where groundskeeper Willie kills children by mowing the lawn. But I'm gonna go with selfie because if you have children in your life, there is nothing more terrifying to them than a middle-aged man taking awkward selfies in their presence, possibly in the school drop-off line.
That's fair, especially after all that trauma that you had after your car broke down in front of the old woman's place. And fortune teller hand dragging you to the basement. Mad scientist sewed a rectum to a ding dong.
You're peeing in your butt. What's going on?
That's what's going on. As you can see, our drop on October 31st is going to be full of very classy stuff. But what we say doesn't matter. Let's check out what the Word Herd has to say with one last check-in with Mr. Sam Proof. Mr. Sam Proof.
All right. Moonraven starting us off with sneeze. Yeah, you don't want to see that. That's no good. and then follows it up with Boogie, because that's a good time. There it is. Mogwai Shadow says, yes, mow the lawn. The most uncomfortable lawn mowing ever. Savage Corn Dog comes back with holler. Seems pretty normal, but I think you're going to be doing that no matter what with your ding-dong so do you rectum. Callie Mullally says, well, the word here, I think that's the word heard, likes to work out, so it has to be bulk, because if you've got your ding-dong so do your rectum, you got to get that swole. Doge the Count says, Boogie sounds musical and creepy at the same time, but you know what's musical and creepy to us is the sound of a consensus, so back to the panelists.
That's a fact. Thank you, Mr. Sam Proof, and I love the costume, and thank you for surviving COVID. Oh, that means that it's time for us to come to a consensus. We've had time to write down. We've grabbed lunch. We mowed the lawn. We double dipped, and then we burned out. Mr. Jordan Pomaville, what's going to haunt children's nightmares tonight?
You know, I'm with Sam here. I think very compelling argument. So true. Dishing toffee, giving toffee to people. Have some toffee, have some candy, kids. It's the worst candy. It's before they had candy. They were like, well, should we invent something to be candy? And they're like, I guess we'll try. And they did a shit job, and they came up with toffee.
Yeah, what if we made maple syrup into gum? Ugh, gross. Sam Kimbrell, what did you write down?
You know, Phil, if I were an old woman, which I am, I think I would haunt the young folks in their selfies. I'd go, oh, hello, taking a selfie, are you? Taking a selfie, you vain piece of shit. And then I would make a filter on their thing to make them look ugly, and they couldn't post it to Instagram. So, selfie.
There we go. Sam and his old lady voice go to a selfie. The old lady whose rectum was so to her ding dong. Seth, what did you write down?
She's an old lady now. I'm so bulked, I haunt children's dreams, bro.
Oh, look at that.
I'm a monster now.
Oh, that arm will look uncomfortable to walk around with. It's so bulked.
It's only the one, though. The other one's just real skinny.
You know, we have a three-way tie for first, so we've got 1 minute on the clock. We got to come to a consensus as Sam is the one who everybody loves, the old lady voice. Are you going to switch, or are you feeling like you're going to fight for yours?
Phil, both of those ideas were mine in the first place. I would have gone with bulk, but I have no confidence. I would have gone dish toffee, but I have no confidence. So I think what I have to do is go with our special guest, Spooky Pet Seth. I have to go with bulk, dude.
That means we got 2 for bulk. Oh, Jordan Pomaville. Are we going to have a consensus here? We're going to have ourselves a fight.
I once had a JV baseball coach that stood about 5'3", and he worked out so much.
How much did he work out?
He could not touch his own shoulder.
Oh, geez.
Because his muscles, if doing it like this, he could not touch his own shoulder. The answer is bulk.
The answer is bulk. Oh, my God. We have ourselves an entire story. There was an old woman who we orated at the door. The old woman answered without a wedding ring. You were pulled in the basement with a sweaty fortune teller hand. Of course, then the mad scientist sewed your ding-dong to your rectum, and now the children have nightmares every time you bulk. That story is a real thing that just happened, and you made it, word heard. Congratulations to Zombie Apocalypse for win number 2 of the night, taking round 1 and round 5. Top contributor to this. Oh, my God, and that's our show. We have a drop coming. I know what everyone's going to pitch, so I'm just going to pitch it for everybody. We've got a drop on October 31st. Make sure to spread the word, get more people in the word heard. Reach out to the Crow fam, get them involved. You get 2 projects for the price of 1. You get a word where you get to play in all these wonderful game shows. You get a Spooky Pets with that, help save some pets, participate in some animations in the future, enjoying the community. And of course, the game show, we're still working through the web-based game show. We're still working through the smart contract where we had some issues, but we're going to have a beta coming out to the game tester group in the next couple of days, so look out for that. Is there anything else I'm missing? What else do I have to pitch, team?
Bulking. Let's get huge for Halloween, bros.
Everybody get huge for Halloween. Be Fabio.
Looking good.
All right. Well, I have achieved my objective for the night, so it's time for me to die. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Bye, everyone.
Au revoir.